So this is unofficial, but I'm just getting out of a brainstorming session on G.I. Joe vehicles for classified, and these people are still unsure what they should do. Let's help them out with some market research. So by now, we know that there is hope with vehicles coming to the G.I. Joe Classified line. Previously, I had done numerous videos stating that this was never going to happen, but the success of the HasLab HisTank turned everything around. Unlike other recent HasLab projects, the HisTank was funded in the first day. Also, as the filming of this video, we're currently aware that the Trouble Bubble flight pod is in the design stage, so there is a lot of potential moving forward. However, like I mentioned in the intro, let's help Hasbro with some unofficial market research on what the community would like to see moving forward. We'll present our top 3 choices of smaller, real American hero-based vehicles, and we need your input. First, if you can, like this video so more people can see it and help provide input. Then, also, leave a comment stating which of the 3 vehicles you'd most like to see come to the G.I. Joe Classified line. Also, if anyone from Hasbro ends up watching this, stay tuned to the end of the video to get one hell of a marketing idea for increasing the sales of all your potential classified vehicles. Let's go. Number 1. The Cobra Ferret ATV. This vehicle was originally released in 1985 and sold until 1987, then added to the mail away until 1993. It is known for carrying 2 figures and often depicted with the Crimson Twins. So, if you've been on social media at all lately, by now you've seen a ton of people 3D printing the Cobra Ferret, and they look amazing. However, 3D printing vehicles is still very limited in the scope of the number of people that have access, so Hasbro still has a chance to make this one work. Who do most people associate with the ATV? I would say the Crimson Twins. Is it just me, or does the timing seem to work perfectly? As the Crimson Twins were just released, so by now most collectors either have them or planning to pick them up. This would be a perfect match to have your classified Crimson Twins, Zamat, and Tomax on an officially released Cobra Ferret ATV, which would basically be a 1-to-1 remaster of the original 80s release. Number 2. The G.I. Joe Polar Bear. It first made its appearance in 1983 and was on the store shelves until 1985. It was later made available as a mail order until 1991. Designed for snow traversal, it is pictured in the G.I. Joe Mass Device miniseries and the Marvel comics. It was designed to hold up to 3 G.I. Joes. I'm not sure if anyone's counting, but there seems to be a few more Cobra vehicles in these lists than G.I. Joe, so we're looking to kind of even out the numbers here. Much like the Ferret, context is key. G.I. Joe Polar Bear would totally work because they've already announced the Snow Job is coming to the team. He is coming in the pipeline releases. Also, if you have Snow Job riding into action on a polar bear, you need someone for him to battle. And that lines up perfectly, as we know they've already announced the Snow Serpent in the pipeline as well. So there we have it, an instant audience for this vehicle to sell. I'm already picturing dioramas that could be made with Snow Job and the polar bear against a group of snow serpents, and maybe, throw in some kind of new bat with winter camo repaints. Let's hope they get this timing right and release winter 2023. Number 3. The Cobra Claw and G.I. Joe Jump. The Claw made its appearance in 1984 and sold until 1986. It's meant for a single rider and has been featured in the original cartoons and the Marvel Comics run. The Jump was part of the original G.I. Joe lineup in 1982 and available via mail-away in 1985. The backpack accessory has been issued several times throughout the G.I. Joe run and is meant for one single Joe to use. Okay, this one's a little different, I admit it, but it could work. Just hear me out. The previous entries on the list have a fairly similar plastic ratio. I think it's safe to say that the Ferret and the Polar Bear are similar size. Depending how it was scaled, the Cobra Claw might not fit in the same price point. So maybe they add something to it in the form of a G.I. Joe Jump backpack. Now, by doing this, we have sort of a battle in a box driving sales, as people can get the smaller vehicle in the Claw matched with the Jump accessory backpack in a single purchase. Or if it really came down to it, if they released them separately, this could work as well, as this leads me into my last marketing point. Stay tuned. So that's the 3 suggestions. And to really bring this home, These three were suggested as they potentially match the same price point that the Trouble Bubble would be aiming for. So, as mentioned earlier, pick one of these three smaller vehicles that you would support coming to the classified line. We need all the input we could possibly get so the team at Hasbro can possibly make something like this happen in the future. Before I forget, please think about subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. It means a lot. As the channel grows, we will have more of these community-based ideas and we'll be looking for your constant input. Now, back to that marketing idea. Earlier, I mentioned something for the team at Hasbro. This is my big idea. Since the release of the classified line, we've seen some very strong packaging artwork. It's been a constant. At the same time, I feel like the line has evolved and they have leaned heavily on a real American hero. So if these vehicles were to become a reality, why not mix it up a bit? Instead of going with some new classified packaging, why not release them with original classic A Real America Hero packaging, bringing back the nostalgia for all the collectors out there. As the community that is already collecting classified are going to buy these releases anyways, retro packaging may get others who have been on the fence spending money on this new line and jumping into classified to recreate some of their favorite action scenes in the new 6-inch scale. These are my thoughts, and I'm very interested to hear your input in the comments. If you want to talk more classified, check out one of these videos here. We got lots of options for you and always here to provide input on the classified series. Thanks for watching.